Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter. In Chicago, Illinois, on the South Side, just after midnight, a police officer finishes her shift. She drives home, pulls up outside her house, steps outside her car. She is still in uniform, just steps from her door. Suddenly, gunfire. By morning, a city is left trying to understand how this happened. A young officer killed just outside her own home. This is the story of Aréanah Preston. Aréanah Preston was 24 years old. She was a Chicago police officer and a student at Loyola University Chicago School of Law. She was balancing long shifts with her education, working toward a future that extended beyond the badge. She had been with the Chicago Police Department for about 2.5 years. People close to her described her as confident, determined, smart. Someone who was deeply committed to her work and her future. In the early morning hours of May 6, 2023, Aréanah Preston returned home to the Avalon Park neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. She parked, stepped out, back home. A moment most people don't think twice about. But this time, she was not alone. Around that same time, investigators later determined a group was moving through the area, linked to a series of robberies and vehicle-related crimes earlier that morning. At some point, they encountered Aréanah Preston. She was just steps from her door. Prosecutors would later describe what happened next as an attempted robbery. It happened fast. Aréanah Preston was shot. First responders arrived, but Aréanah Preston did not survive her injuries. She was 24 years old, an officer whose life was taken just outside her own home. The loss rippled quickly through her family, her department, and the city. In the hours after the shooting, investigators moved quickly. 4 individuals were charged in connection with her death: Joseph Brooks, Travell Breland, Jaquan Buchanan, and Jalen Frazier. Prosecutors later laid out a timeline linking the group to a series of incidents leading up to the shooting, including armed robbery and vehicle-related offenses. The case was moving forward, but it would take time. In May of 2023, Aréanah Preston was laid to rest. Her funeral drew hundreds, rows of officers standing in uniform, family, friends, colleagues. A community gathered in her honor to remember who she was: a daughter, a student, a young woman who had more still ahead of her. In the months after her death, Loyola University Chicago established a memorial scholarship in her name, a way to honor her life and her commitment to service and education. Nearly 3 years later, in April of 2026, the case moved forward. Joseph Brooks, one of the 4 charged, pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in connection with her death. He was sentenced to 55 years in prison. For her family, it marked a moment of accountability, but not an ending. As the case continues for others charged in connection with her death, The facts of what happened remain the same. A 24-year-old woman finished her shift, came home, and never made it inside. Our thoughts are with Aréanah Preston's family, her loved ones, and everyone impacted by this loss. As we close this episode, sharing her story helps keep focus on her case and the push for answers. For more cases and updates, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. If there's a story you believe deserves attention, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.